Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. Me Matt. We have a free for all here on Calais on the Eastern Front. Let's go for the place done with the Germans. You have Kagabus, die Wehrmacht, der Commander. You have a recast der Wehrmacht going straight out the gate with Infanteriedivision for the Wehrmacht. And Bock rest of Waffen-SS for the Commander shit. But in the Soviets today, you have Dr. Kat, Talek Storm, and Von Lieb, all without commanders. I'm sure they'll pick something very soon when they encounter the Germans. It just turns out here. Hackabus and the Pioneers pretty far up here to try and get some ground established. Calais map is... I think this is the Calais revamped fixed map or something? There's a lot of variants of Calais for some reason. Probably something to do with the bunker that was usually stationed here. This is my guess. But both sides pushing up pretty far here trying to set up their sandbags. Two Pioneers are going to encounter their sappers here soon. Both sides are trying to dig in with sandbags here. Pioneers will win out in that engagement when that happens, I think. Yep, destroying the sandbags almost immediately. And Sabers are trying to relocate. Pioneers at the center also keeping Sabers off. And Pioneers managed to get pretty far up over here in Kagabu. So the Soviets are trying to figure out where they want to go from here, I think. They're heading southwards here against the Pioneers. The force of the Infantry Division is going to encounter a lot of Soviets here. Meanwhile, the southern flank while this is going on, we also have a lot of Soviets gearing up here. Lots of conscripts here against the Waffen-SS. Use all the heavy cover they can get to. Just need to keep moving and applying pressure. The sheer amount of rifles from the Soviets will start to take a toll at some point. They're pretty good at doing that, even if they're not very accurate. Some of the Soviets also trying to hold, bringing out some Fontoviki now, some more professional infantry. And the Pioneers and the Volksgrenadiers are doing their best to hold in this area. Good little barrage of rifle fire here from the Volksgrenadiers. Able to get a lot of fire going. Wagen heading southwards here quickly to support the Waffen-SS. It's a mobile machine gun that can certainly help. We're trying to suppress the Soviets. Just applying more pressure too. Sturm Pioneers trying to go over the flank here. Need to be behind cover though. Pascal squad's gonna go down there, I think. Soviets are easier to hit while retreating. It's kind of a unique mechanic for them. So Soviets are a lot more vulnerable when they're retreating compared to all other factions. Increase the manpower loss the Soviets have generally. Also, the Soviets want to stay in firefights a little bit longer. Because retreating is not always going to be successful for them. Maxim setting up here for the Soviet Union. Volksgrenadiers is being pressed down here in this little trench, so they have to quickly get out of there. Grenadiers are setting up to hold the line. Waffen-SS is being pushed back somewhat slowly. The Soviets just have a lot of meat to push up with. Grenadiers on the flank here trying to do their best to also provide some accurate fire. Wagen is gonna be forced back soon, I reckon. Well, Max is setting up to deal with the Sturm Grenadiers, but that's smart. But Grenade does go off. Also a fair amount of damage. Wagen might want to consider getting out of there. The Soviets seem to have managed to push the Germans back here for the moment. Wagen is being quite aggressive though, just sticking around. It's a little bit of a risky maneuver, but it can pay off if you're lucky. And well, the DPM and Fontoviki trying to push up over here. Also has a marksman rifle by the looks of it. Two rifle grenade hits near them, but they're fine. Up here the Soviets also applying pressure with their Fontoviki. Germans doing their best to hold their ground, but they have suffered a lot of losses trying to crawl back to their lines, as you can see. Wounded out there in the open field. Maxim comes up. And then the Germans have to pull back, they cannot hold that position. German machine gun is trying to pull up there, it's going to be an MG42. Needs to get in there building quick, and even then it might be too late, so yeah, it's going to just surround it. They can avoid target fire by just getting up to attack from 2 angles. Machine guns trying to take up Silver as fast as they can. It's able to hit that Fontoviki. The conscript should probably start to advance then. Ah, too late. That's a dead Fontoviki squad. MT-42s are very dangerous when in a good position. As you can see, they're now able to fight the conscripts. So they have to reload the MT-42. And they fire again. Heavy cover is helping the conscripts for a little bit though. Down here the Maxim still holding on, so as to try to set up a bunker. Oh, looks like Bukra has gone for Sturm Tactics. Sturm Tactics for the Waffen, it says here. So more assault-oriented than artillery. Oh, good merchant there with the conscripts onto the Maxim. It's gonna keep it fighting fit. Even while on the MT-34 fire. Looks like the Maxim does manage to get back behind Soviet lines quickly enough. Oh, excuse me. But the Fontoviki is doing a pretty damn good job here against the Fox Grenadiers. Fox Grenadiers have lost a lot of health. Just a few shots and they'll go down. Be very cautious there. MG-42 in the center. I think that's the MG-42. Yes, it is. Fort headquarters being established here by the Germans. Those are MG-42 has been pulled up, so lots of heavy machine guns here for the German Wehrmacht. They are prepared to dig in if necessary and just bury the Soviets in bullets. Those are trying to dig in on the southern flank. You bring up a tank hunter for the bunker. Good to see. They're ready for any light vehicles that might come their way. And now, speaking of Sturm, we have the Valonians being called in. Why is he going for triple? Oh, well, you do need triple to get all the command structures, my bad. But yeah, they're going for all the command vehicles out early, so they don't have to hit them later. Intriguing choice. That's a Gevaldelado. They also have an MP-34s, I think. Using the Sten gun model in the game at the moment. Able to apply a lot of pressure. Surprisingly accurate submachine gun, by the way. Valonians have to push back and they're gonna get killed though. Ooh. The German Wehrmacht is still trying to apply pressure in the center, but the Soviets are firmly dug in. They have a truck back here they can replenish from. But the Germans also digging up here with lots of machine guns and Fox Grenadiers. And the Soviets are digging across them with barbed wire and bunkers and trenches and oh my, everything. Just need a few mines and some AT guns and then we're all set. You have a Soviet truck around so they can replenish. The Germans are fortifying around this house and hopefully they can make that their fighting position. We need to see how that turns out for them. The 221 is doing his best here, but it's hit by an AT rifle. Let's pull back. Looks like it will survive though. It's also going to become a 222 here soon. Germans digging in the south for their own little dirt bunkers. So the Soviets are gone for artillery division, I think. Yep. We have an artillery army here. Getting some penal squads. Is it the normal penals? Yes, it is. So they're preparing for some charges, potentially. E-70 arriving here for the Soviet Union. Italic has yet to pick a commander. I think Von Lieb has yet to pick a commander either. The Soviets are still being a little bit cautious about picking what they want to specialize in. Center point remains without anyone controlling it. Now the south looks like there's still a little bit of pushing, but the MG-34 is keeping the Soviets down to the ground. I wonder if that's why they want the penal troopers to do an assault. To try and push back at MG. They can break suppression, I think. Political officer, Commissar leading them there. Keeping an eye on the conscripts. Flamethrower coming up here for the Zappers. Another Loud going on, no. They just push forwards instead, ignoring it. That German squad died. No more Wallonians on the field here for the Waffen assist. Up here, the T-70 tries to push a little bit, but it gets hit by an AT rifle. Ability damage, but it's still active. No command choice from some of them. Even the German on the northern flank is hit to bigger command specialization. Germans are trying to set up more bunkers down here as the penal troops are moving about. Getting inside that structure first, that should allow them to spot the Germans. They also trying to take some pot shots. The two now threatening the center here. Yes, I've been upgraded with Radpanzer though, so it's very vulnerable to AT rifles. You need to be very careful if you're fighting AT rifles without Radpanzer. You'll be very easy to penetrate, as you can see right there. Have to pull everything back quick. But the engine is damaged by the looks of it. And if they have a pack being rolled up here by the Waffen, they need to get some AT equipment ready in case the shock army is getting anything like that. Captain MP4, you send out to the penal troopers. They're trying to apply more pressure. There are a lot of them after all. They're not that well motivated and not that well equipped, but they can get the job done if there's enough of them. It looks like the Storm Grenadiers can hold the ground there pretty easily. Good cover and good equipment.
A squad of infantry has been killed.
More Storm Grenadiers getting up there. And up here the Germans are trying to push. But the big are going to try and stop them. Tossing a grenade inside the smoke. Throwing a grenade in return. Molotov also being tossed. Hitting, landing straight on the Fox Grenadiers, forced them out. The Germans do have the point. Well, both sides are still trying to figure out how to push off. Not an easy approach. We also have a Leutnant here in the center for the German infantry. Keeping an eye on things and deciding on when he wants to act. Soviet armored forces are slowly starting to appear. Very slowly. T-70 is still present after all. And we do see full tech up here for Fun Leap. Speaking of Soviet tank presence, we have the T-34-76 now arriving. Which could give the Soviets an opening, who knows? Also smoke landing on the center here. Who's going to use that to push with is the question. The Germans or the Soviets? Black and place being set up here by the German infantry. Two also moving about as the Siscon is using some artillery shells. Maxim also keeping an eye on the center here from this angle. The Soviets are quite well entrenched. Not really much of an issue for them. The point remains in the Soviet hands easily. Both Grenadiers are trying to move into it though. That's not going to last long when that smoke clears. The two backs off. And here comes the machine gun fire. Taking down the Fox Grenadiers very quickly. Keep the force pushing forwards. No Panzerwaffe has been upgraded yet. Oh, good shot there on the machine gun team. They only have the pack to deal with this T-34. There we go. T-34 got a good shot in, but the 2-2 goes down. Pack just needs one more shot here. There it goes. T-34 is down. Just quickly re-equip that MG42, or reman it rather. Great assault here on the Soviet bunker. That should kill the gunner. There they go, they're fine. Siscon fires back though. Force the Storm Pioneers off. There's also trying to threaten the point up here. Looks like they've gone for tank. The Germans have gone for Panzer to counteract that. So they're both armor-themed commanders on the northern flank. Which is just when they'll get their armor. That's always the big question, isn't it? So we start taking some losses, though. Some on flank, looks like we have some conscripts getting behind the line. Also a bunch of grenades there. Running into their own grenade assault! Oh, that was not well coordinated by the conscripts. But what can you expect from conscripts? Some guys are going to mow them down to the retreat there, as you can see. No issue at all for the Germans to do. Especially the Waffen-SS of all things. So you have a big artillery strike being called in here by Italic Storm, who's gone for motorized. But the Capitan is calling in a 120mm barrage. Right around here, the Germans will need to pull back. This area is about to get flattened. I mean that sincerely. As you can see. Soviet artillery strikes are no joke. Rifle fire is still being exchanged up there.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Big assault there on the northern flank by the German infantry. What are they planning to do? They used to be quite cautious with their movements after all still. So they're just nearby to try to hold them. Lots of grenades are being exchanged. Sis can open fire. Gebäudeladungen are being tossed. Rapid grenades are being tossed into them as well. Those are the Germans so far winning out though. The Gebäudeladungen are winning out the engagement. They also have that Panzer II command tank that helps. And some good auto-cannon shots in on the Soviet line. And we'll have an M-Chain in the center here. Lend-Lease Sherman. Provided to the Soviet Union by the Americans. You need to motorize commander, I'm pretty sure. So the artillery commander is getting a KV-8 to try and approach the southern flank. But the Waffen-SS remains firmly dug in. Even bring out infantry guns now. Ooh. I can see a variety of equipment used here by the Waffen-SS. But I often get to see the infantry gun in the Waffen-SS's hands. They clear out those Bolsheviki manning that machine gun pretty quick. Okay, M just being relocated to the northern flank to try and help hold. The Soviet tank Capitan is doing his best with his reinforcements, including some motorized guards. He's fighting at the front line himself with his Tokarev, using the M1911 model by the looks of it. I think it's the Tokarev because someone mentioned that the Makarov doesn't exist yet in World War II. So I think it's the Tokarev. Right up coming in on the northern flank here, munitions. So the motorized guards are moving up to get a little bit further up. The munitions are being airdropped. They just need to. The question is just who's going to grab it. Looks like the tank army is going to grab it. Hopefully they don't mind that. That's the most intentional. Who knows? Support their ally that way. A few more munitions is always good to help them replenish and re-equip their troops with better equipment. MCHS are keeping an eye on the center here. As more artillery is being called in here by the Germans now. By the German lieutenant. Not hitting too much. Wehrmacht in the center is not looking that well fortified anymore. After that 152mm barrage, they've been kind of in a bad position. They're still trying to get Panzerfausts. They remain in the pack quickly. Pack gets a good shot off though. But gets split up by a high explosive round. Remaining it quick again. But they get cleared out by the machine guns. Yeah, the Wehrmacht in the center are not doing well. That's gonna be another force clear squad dead, I think. Unless he gets around the corner, and he does. Stock is coming down to try and support. A good flanking shot in. And Stock takes out one of the Shermans. But the Stock has to pull back quick. With a pretty big hit there. In fact, it's been immobilized. No, don't hit a KB8 is pushing. There's only the pack to try and stop it. Got a good shot in, but it's still a KB8. This thing is tough. And it's just targeting down the pack first. But another good shot though, actually, before it gets cleared out. Panzerfaust attempt might happen. You also see the Katusha rockets, but the Germans have suffered a lot of losses down there. Katusha is hitting where? As that's not Katusha, that is a Rakettenwerfer. And lots of artillery called in. Maybe from the Germans, actually. It looks like it might have been from the Nebelwerfer from the observation stock. And the Katusha has fired, I think? Oh, yeah, it's not fired yet. Maybe just pulled back successfully, needs repairs, though. But did a good bit of damage to the German line. They're just trying to hold on onto the north, though. The Soviets are digging in and preparing for a push at some point, I'm imagining. And they're getting TPD-45s. You might see the Soviets prepare to overrun the Germans soon. They just need to push through somewhere. Lots of MP4s heading out to defocus grenadiers, though. Increase their firepower somewhat. Doing their best there to hold. They're so far doing a good job of it. They're quite well fortified. You know, the Germans are still pressuring the center here. Wehrmann Infantry Division has suffered heavy losses. Whoever's got a stormtroopers on the field too that needs to be replenished. Panzer in the southern flank here for the Germans to help keep that KB8 at bay. I'm just still gathering the center here with the Katusha, but the 85s now appearing on the northern flank. Pack is so far able to keep them off. Which is just how long that'll last. Soviets are suffering heavy losses though. The Valor remains stuck in. And Command tank did go down over the looks of it. Oh, the Kapitein is doing a big barrage, yeah. It's gonna be Katusha 132mm. That's gonna be pretty big if the Soviets push up afterwards, but they don't really have enough to push with yet. Here comes the rockets. Well, my normal Katusha also firing somewhere. Into pushing the center here. Panzerfaust here from the Stormtroopers do a little bit of damage, but enough. But down here, the Soviets are slowly being pushed back. They're running out of units, actually. Oh, they have prepared a marker for registered artillery, though. Germans don't know about, unless they just activated it. Yeah, I think it just activated it. There's also Soviet howitzers on the field now firing. Good shot there. But the Soviets are pushing through the center here. The German Infantry Division has not been able to halt the push of the Soviets. Not looking good. Up here, the Germans remain dug in, but will it be enough? 45s are slowly arriving here for the Soviet Union. Just waiting for the right number, and then they'll just drive over the German defenders. Heads has been pushed forwards here for the Infantry Division to help hold. Will the heads be enough, is the question. The Sturmtaktikswaffen SS is still holding their line fairly well. And to push up against the Hetzer. Gets a critical hit. That's not good for the Hetzer there. Oh, almost gets destroyed. The match to back off. Artillery lands around the Germans. Just light artillery, but still it clears out the pack. I'm still trying to hold. Off the flank could be a risky after this next barrage. But it's just by the Soviet lieutenants. It's not going to be as big. It's more the captain's barrage I'm worried about, to be honest. 85 got hit by a pack there, pretty bad. Explosive round did some good damage though, cleared out some of the cover. It has to back off. But the Soviets can just cycle out there, T-34s, there are plenty of them. Might be a good idea to upgrade into repair teams if you're going to repair tanks that much. MT pushing the sender, lost his gun. The Hetzer remains alive and functional. Immobilized, I think. Gets immobilized, I can only point that way forward.
Officer is awaiting orders.
That's a lot of Soviet infantry pushing up slowly.
We have casualties.
Including the officer, the Kapitan. Hence lead the way here for the Soviet infantry. Mortar hitting the Soviet lines now from a neighborhood of effort. Now the Germans a little bit more distance to work with. So just keep pushing and pressuring here in the center. Panzer IV command tank has arrived though, and we have some incendiary rounds being used here by a German howitzer. Try and help them buy some time. Stumpanias out in the open though, not going to do much. Oh, good incendiary right there. That's going to force the Soviets to move away from that cover. But Soviet artillery is quickly firing back. Oh, and it hits straight on there, destroying the German howitzer's team. Angry man, though. Oh, Soviet mines also got laid there quick, stopping the German infantry from advancing. The German Hauptmann is wondering how to resolve the situation and get as many of his men out alive as he can. It's not going to be an easy thing to do. You know, the 85s are doing a push on the northern flank here. Just also opens fire, trying to buy some more time for them. Good pack shots though. Stock is pushing forwards. Oh, but Katyusha hits. Stock is cleared out. And that the Soviets can advance. Motorized infantry coming up behind. As the T-34s just moving to overrun their position. 45s are arriving. .185 goes down. There's a lot of these 85s about. They're taking lots of hits though. The Soviets need to bring up more infantry though that can support them. Although the motorized guards are doing a pretty good job of it, all things considered. And at this point, the Germans surrender and pull back as the Soviets are pushing through in most angles, including over here in the center. Only on the southern flank is the Germans actually holding, but they're about to be encircled here, as you can see. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Bye-bye!